From the Newstalk ZB newsroom, this is Newsfix.
In this update, former President Donald Trump has been disqualified from the presidential primary ballot in a second US state. The Maine Secretary of State has now ruled that the Republican nomination frontrunner's actions led to the 2021 Capitol riots. The Republican Party is already taking Colorado's ban to the Supreme Court. Sky News correspondent Michael Ware says dozens of states currently have this issue moving through the courts.
So what this really, truly highlights is that this is the SCOTUS presidential election, the Supreme Court of the United States presidential election.
A person died in a single-vehicle crash near Russell this morning, bringing the holiday road toll to 11. Emergency services were called to Russell's Whakapara Road around 11:30 to find two people with serious injuries, the other taken to hospital. There was earlier a fatal crash at Inangahua on State Highway 69 near Westport. One person died in that single-vehicle crash early this morning. A teenage boy killed in a shark attack off the coast of South Australia is being remembered as a talented and loved member of the local surfing community. Kai Cowley was fatally killed by a suspected great white while surfing off the York Peninsula west of Adelaide. Emergency services rushed to the popular surfing spot but were unable to save the 15-year-old's life. His body was pulled from the water. And Gypsy Rose Blanchard, who famously conspired to kill her abusive mother in the US, has been released early from prison. The now 32-year-old plotted with her then-boyfriend to kill Dee Dee Blanchard in Missouri in 2015. The mother had convinced her daughter that she had multiple illnesses and impairments, when in reality she didn't. In an ABC interview 4 years ago, Gypsy Rose was asked whether she always knew she was healthy.
There are certain illnesses that I knew I didn't have. I knew that I didn't need the feeding tube, and I knew that I could walk, but I did believe my mother when she said that I had leukemia.
I'm Max Toll, that's news. In sport, Black Caps captain Tim Southee is lauding the improvement of Bangladesh, who could win their first series in New Zealand tonight in the second T20 at Mount Maunganui. The Tigers have dismantled the Black Caps' top order in the last two matches, and Southee is commending them.
Bangladesh have been a real force in their own conditions, and they're starting to show how well they can play overseas as well. So I think for them, they've got an exciting group. They've got some great pace bowlers, which obviously is handy when you go abroad.
First ball is at 7:10, and the Detroit Pistons have blown a 21-point lead to make history once again. They've tied the all-time NBA record for the longest losing streak at 28 games, after falling 128 to 122 to the Boston Celtics in overtime on the road. That's sport. I'm Max Toll.
For more news, listen to Newstalk ZB live on iHeartRadio.